Hello, this is Mr. Wynn, and this video will be about the Chapter 7 test review. Remember, if you failed the test, you got to retest your make test. You must write all these down. If you're taking the test for the first time, you don't have to, but I do recommend that you do. Write them. Number 1, find the domain and range of this function, y equals 3 to the 1 times 1/2 to the x power. Now, we follow this format for exponential. A times b to the x minus h plus k. So I write down what a, b, h, and k are. Alright, a is the first number, the multiplier with no exponent, it's 3. B is 1/5. H, there's no h, it's 0. There's no k, it's 0. Remember, these all do something. A tells you if it's taller or wider, this is taller. And it's also our start point. B tells you growth or decay. If it's less than 1, it's decay. Means going down. H, it's not going anywhere, it's not up or down, so not moving left or right. And K, it's not moving up or down. But K does have the very important, this is your asymptote. Asymptote will affect your range. Alright, so let me graph this. Alright, my starting point is at 3. So 1, 2, 3, right here. So that is 0, 3. And my asymptote is k equals 0, y equals 0. So that means I cannot cross this blue line. I cannot cross the x-axis. Alright, and this decay means going down. So it's going to go down and hug this line. It's going to go straight there, like that. Alright, so it's my picture. It's asking for domain and range. Domain, how far left, how far right? It goes left forever. It goes right forever. Negative infinity, positive infinity. Or we can say all real numbers. So from that, I can take out C. I can take out D. It's either A or B. Range, how low to how high? The lowest it can go is 0. That's the asymptote. It cannot touch that or cross that. It approaches it, gets really close, it hugs that line. And the highest goes infinity. Or they'll say y and 0. It's above 0, so y is greater than 0. So that is B. Alright, and this is the answer. Answer is B. Number 2, which one represents exponential decay? Decay means B is less than 1. Here, B is 6, that's growth. 4 times x, which I don't know, that's 4 over 3, that's bigger than 1, that's 1.33. And 1 over 8, that's less than 1, so it's J. Alright, there should not be a x inside, so G is wrong. And you just graph them and see what they look like. Alright, G is not even an exponential equation because x is not in the exponent. X is a regular number. 3, find the equation of the exponential function that passes through those points and find the value of y when x is -2. Alright, remember our equation is y equals a times b to the x. A is our starting point. So when x is 0, we know start right here. Starting is -3. So y equals -3 times b to the x. Here they gave us the point 2, -48. That's our x comma y. So I plug that in, -48 equals -3 times b to the second power. I'm going to solve for b, so I'm going to divide by -3 both sides. I get positive 16 equals b squared. I'm going to square root both sides. B equals 4. So if I plug that into our equation, so this turns into y equals -3 times 4 to the x power. There's my equation. I'm going to plug in -2 for x to see what y is. So y equals -3 times 4, -2. Let's just type in the calculator, see what we get. So y equals -3 times 4 to the -2 power. Gives me this. Let's turn to the fraction. Math, enter, enter. I get -3 over 16. So -3 over 16, that is C. If I erase this, I get C. Good? Remember, if you want, you can also technically use regression. If you go to Stat, Edit, type in your 2 points, so 0, -3 is 1 point, 2, -48 is another. stat calc, go up to 0, exponential regression. Go down, it gives us our, oops. Yeah, don't worry about calculator, that's how you do it by hand. So just y equals ab to the x power, plug in a, plug in your extra point xy to find b, plug that b back into your equation, and then answer the question. Alright, solve this. There are multiple ways you can do this. You could do common bases, make both the bases 2, or you can just do logarithms. I'm going to do logarithms. So I'm going to log base 4 both sides. Alright, so here's the left side. That equals this right side, log base 4 of 32 to the x minus 8. Remember, log base 4 of 4 cancels to 1. This moves down. So my left side is just negative 2x plus 7 equals, I can move the exponent in front. So it's x minus 8. This is all together times log base 4 of 32. Ooh, this will get messy. That's fine. I can distribute this. So this left side I'm going to leave it the same. And actually I'm going to subtract this. I'll do that later. So we have x log base 4 of 32 minus 8 log base 4 of 32. I move all the x's to one side. So I'm going to subtract this x log 4 32 both sides. Minus x log 4 32 both sides. And I move the 7 because I'm trying to get x by itself. Alright, so this is probably the hardest problem on the test, by the way. So negative 2x minus x log base 4 of 32 equals this negative 8 log base 4 of 32 minus 7. That's not inside the log, the 7's by itself. I'm going to factor out of x, GCF here. What's left is negative 2 minus log base 4 of 32 equals this thing. And to get x by itself, I got to divide by this negative 2 minus log base 4 of 32. Negative 2 minus log base 4 of 32. Alright, so this is gone, so I have x equals this thing right here. This thing is my answer. I'm going to type in the calculator and see what answer that is. It's a fraction. Negative 8 log base 4 of 32 minus 7 on top. And so again, that 7 by itself is not inside the log. On the bottom is negative 2 minus math log base 4 of 32. Gives me the answer 6. So that turns into 6. Here's my final answer. 6 is J. And if I erase this, answer is J. Good. 5. Solve this. If I told you the same as the other problem, I'm going to log, I'll do this 1 over 36 power of both sides. Of 216, n plus 5. Alright, remember this cancels. This left side, this x1 goes down, so it's just n on the left side, easy. This right side, I can distribute this over here. This is n plus 5 in front. And inside here is log base 1 over 36 with 216. Now I'm going to show you all something a little different in this problem. Just maybe help you out. If you are bad at distributing, remember this right here is technically a number. I can just find out the numbers and replace that. So let's do that. So let's solve this a little bit different than the last problem. Let me do that. So that's math log base. There's a fraction here, 1 divided by 36. Putting a 216 in here. I get negative 1.5. So maybe this is a little easier for it to solve. This is negative 1.5. If I multiply that, that's the left side's n. This is negative 1.5 n. And let's see, negative 7.5. If I want to solve for n, I need to put n on one side. I can add 1.5 n. Alright, so 2n equals negative 7.5. Alright, quick mistake right here. This was actually 2.5n. Alright, equals negative 7.5. Alright, divide both sides by 2.5. N equals negative 3. Negative 3 right there is C. If I erase this, answer is C. Alright, so that's another way of doing it. So technically back here, we could have changed this log base 4 of 32 into a number, distribute that in, and then it would be an easier algebra problem. You'd have less logs in the problem. Number 6, solve this. And it's the same exact way. Alright, I'm going to log 81 both sides. Now this way always works. This cancels. This goes in front. So this is y. Y is less than. Bring the exponent in front. So y plus 3 times log base 81 of 27. So here you have a choice. We can distribute this, or if you don't like that, we can turn it to a decimal and then do some math. All right, so let's turn to this one more time. I think you might like that better. So maths base log 81 of 27 is 0.75. So we do 0.75, or let me try that fraction. 3/4. Nah, I got probably like a decimal, so I'll use a decimal. All right, so y plus 3 times 0.75. If I distribute here, so y is less than 0.75y. 0.75 times 3 should be positive 2.25. Solve for y by subtracting 0.75y both sides. Alright, so I'm at 0.25y on the left is less than 2.25 on the right side. Divide both sides by 0.25. I get y is less than 9. Y is less than 9. That is J. That is a typo right there. Or that should be y, not x. Y such that y is less than 9. If I erase this, I get J. Good. 7. Write this in logarithmic form. They want the word log. They want the exponent 1/4 gone. So I'm going to log 6561 of both sides. Log 6561. Alright, remember, this cancels. This is down by itself now. So I have 1/4 equals log 6561 of 9. Where's that answer? That is B. They wrote it backwards, but that's okay. Alright, true. Evaluate this. Well, that's easy. 5 to the log base 5 of 63. Remember when we exponentiate, I told y'all a base with to the log of the same base, cancel. This is just 63. J. And you can type that in calculator, you get 63 as well. 9. Solve this. Log to 1/5 of x equals -1. I'm going to exponentiate both sides by using the base 1/5. Those cancel. So on the left side is just x. 1/5 to -1 power. If you don't know what that is, you can put in the calculator. So fraction 1/5 to the -1 power gives me 5. That's C. Alright, 9 is C. 10. Solve this. I'll try. Alright, we have log base 3, 5x plus 1. Log base 3 of 3x plus 1. Alright, I'm exponential both sides. Get rid of the base log 3's. All I have left is 5x plus 1 equal to 3x plus 1. I then do basic algebra, subtract 3x both sides, subtract 1 both sides, divide 2, x is greater than or equal to 0. That's the first answer, F. There's a type.